everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about what everybody has been asking me. How is the Hawaii life? And we're going to talk about it. The good, bad, and the ugly. But for those who are new, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Cherelle and
I'm Anthony.
My husband here. And we're going to share our thoughts with you. If you don't know, now you do. My husband was actually stationed here a lot longer, 15 years to be exact. Which is a very long time.
Yes, it is.
And I met him here. If y'all want to see a whole nother video about how we met, let me know. But I was stationed here as a little E2 back in 2011. And I left in 2014, and we're back here again. So we PCS back to the island on Oahu, that is, back in 2018. So we are roughly 2 years in. So let's just get into it. Let's talk about the good. The good thing about the island is that the weather is perfect just about all year round. It is warm, and we only have two seasons, summer and winter. And winter is really considered rainy season because it rains a lot here. Instead of being really chilly, the highest that the temperatures can get is around the 90s.
Around the 90s, yes, during the summer. And then during the winter, the lowest it can get is around 60 degrees, which I know a lot of you guys on the mainland are saying 60 degrees, I can handle that. But when you're so accustomed to the tropical weather, 60 degrees is quite cold. And honestly, you're probably wearing a hoodie, you're probably wearing pants and not shorts and slippers.
Right, yeah. So, but you can't complain about it. It's very tropical. It's really tropical, and I think that's what a lot of people love about living here is that you don't have to dress for the weather except for sandals, tank tops, and short shorts, if you will. All right, so there's a lot to do here. A lot to do. Don't limit yourself. You have access to all of the beaches. I think our favorite is Bellows on the Air Force Base right next to Waimanalo Beach.
It's a nice beach, but I think our actual favorite is what's it called? The Air Force Beach.
Oh,
Hickam.
Hickam. Okay.
Hickam, because Hickam is it's roped off with buoys. Has a swim area. The water is probably, to me, I think, between that and Bellows is probably the clearest on the island. And the beach is plenty of beach access. So we normally go there because the kids can swim in there and it's not too deep and nothing like that.
And it's convenient to where we live.
Yes.
And you only have certain access. So I think that's why we like it as well. But there's a lot of hikes. The mountain ranges are endless, and there's a lot of opportunity to get out there and get some beautiful scenery, take pictures, sunsets, if you will. We've done a couple hikes while we've been here. We love doing that. We're very adventurous type of people.
Whale watching. You can take pictures or video of whale watching. If you go to like the Makapu Lighthouse, go to the top of that, and on the backside, you can actually, during certain seasons, you can actually go and see whales if you're lucky, or you can go on a boat and get chartered out and actually see whales.
Right, during whale season though, because you won't see them all year round. I think whale season is September. I can't. I'll put it. I can't remember, but there's only a certain time frame to where you can see them. But it's definitely beautiful. Now the nightlife here, it's definitely something, especially downtown in Waikiki. There's a lot of street performers, and a lot of it's a tourist area, so there's a lot of shopping down there as well, luxury shopping too.
Yes, just make sure you bring a nice size wallet and a nice size bank account because yes, you're gonna be spending some good money. And there's some decently priced things downtown, but just plan for majority shopping down in Waikiki or Ala Moana is going to be on the higher end.
Yeah, it will be. But there are some things that are affordable. But if you just want to get out and look, like I do, I window shop. I asked Anthony to buy me one Jimmy Choo shoe because that's probably all I can afford. Other than that, though, there's so much to do down there, and it's very beautiful at night as well. And so take advantage of that if you ever come and visit.
So now we're moving on to island hopping. The common islands to hop from Oahu is Kauai, Maui, Molokai. Those are kind of the common islands, or Big Island, to hop to. It's very affordable going from island to island compared to like going from the mainland to Hawaii. I think we paid, like you said, was $60 when we went to Maui.
Round trip for one person.
One person. So obviously we have a big family, but again, it's much more affordable than it is, like I said, flying all the way to Disney world in Florida.
Or land in California. Just to pick up from where Anthony left off, we definitely took 2 trips. So I took one, and I took one with the family to go to Maui. So if you all want to check out that video, I'll put it right here so that you all can see it. But it was such a beautiful experience, and I think that's one great thing about island hopping is that you can just go to one island to the next for a day and come back home the same day, as opposed to staying overnight. There aren't any ferries from Oahu to the other islands. However, in Maui, there is a ferry to go to Lanikai. Am I saying that correctly?
I'm not sure.
Me either. but
there's a ferry in Maui, and it takes you some other locations around the island.
It is. So really take advantage of that. Don't, if you live here or if you're visiting, make sure that you take a visit or go see the other islands as well, because it's right there. It's right next door. Yes,
that's something I definitely missed out on before I met Cherelle. I never had any interest in going in the islands because I was fine with Oahu, but thankfully I met her and we finally went to Maui, and it wasn't that bad. It's definitely a difference. It's definitely a difference. But again, like I said, if you come to Oahu to visit, try if you can to plan and do 1 or 2 days in Maui or another island, because like I said, it's only a 30 to 40 minute flight, which who can complain about a short flight, and you can go somewhere new.
Yeah, true. Okay, so the food here, you have to try the food. It is a melting pot, culturally that is. There's a lot of options to choose from, locally and Polynesian, not Poly, but Asian.
Some other food?
Yeah.
Yes, it's definitely Asian, Hawaiian. Like I said, there's multiple types of foods here, from different cultures and stuff like that, but the strongest is mainly like the Hawaiian, the Japanese, Korean. A lot of those type of foods are the strongest. So.
Yeah, and our favorite snack, I won't call it a snack, but our treat here is a shaved ice. There is a little place in Waikele called Mountain Magic or Mountain Ice. Right?
Mountain Shaved Ice.
And we frequent there a lot. And there's a couple other places, but that's pretty much, when you hear Hawaii, you hear shaved ice, you hear spam musubi and
spam musubi.
What he said.
Not musubi.
And some lunch place, So there's a lot of food, and I would just say, don't limit yourself. Just take advantage of it. Try it at least for once. Even if you don't like it, at least you can say that you had a taste of Hawaii, if you will. So,
sorry. And Hawaii is the only place that I know of you can go to McDonald's and get spam
and rice.
And rice, yes, spam and rice.
They have like a dedicated menu just for local Hawaiian food inside of McDonald's, so you're not limited. Trust me, you're
Surprise.
not. So let's jump into the bad. All right, the traffic here is terrible. I'll be honest with you, it is terrible, and I know traffic is pretty much probably the same anywhere else, on the mainland and any other country, but here it is ridiculous. It's at least 2 hours that you're sitting in traffic, and if you can think of it, we're on an island with millions of people and people that are visiting, and it's overcrowded, and people are trying to get home from work, from school to home, and wherever else they want to go, and the speed limit here is 55 miles per hour, so you're not speeding here, okay? You're not doing 80 down I-16 or 85 or whatnot.
Yes, and they definitely take it on the slower end. Even though the speed limit may say 55, most people trying to do like 45,
it's slow.
50. It's slow.
Yeah, and I'm from Atlanta, so you guys know 85. It has nothing. No. Hawaii has nothing on I-85. Okay.
No, it doesn't. And the only reason we're speaking about the traffic is because I know when you think of Hawaii and you see it from the mainland, all you see is like maybe when the price is right as a prize. You see the beautiful beaches, Waikiki. You never see the traffic. But one thing when you come here, we always see tourists. They got their drop top Mustangs or Camaros, luggage in the back seat, and you see them just sitting there like, this traffic. I did not know about it. So we want to let you guys know so that you can prepare for that, and also know the time frames. Like I think, did you mention it's anything after 3 to
stay home.
To about 6 or 7.
Stay where you
on
are.
The weekdays, yes.
Stay
Try to stay in your hotel and stay walking distance wherever you're trying to go. Because we're trying to go from the west to the east. It's going to be a drive.
It is. And then a lot of people, though, they find other ways to commute, such as their own personal bike or public transportation, which is the bus. They are actually building a monorail system, which has been in the works for about 5 years now. Still asking
to be
for
continued.
Right. So, but they're still trying to find ways to make it easier for people to travel to their destinations from wherever they may go. And I think the monorail system may help a bit to ease the commute times. So I don't know. You know, in the future, I don't think we'll be here when it's complete, but yeah, probably not. Okay, so let's talk about moving with pets. We don't have any animals, but I did actually have a dog before I left here a while ago, and I had to spend a pretty penny to ship him back to the mainland. So I would say that you all do your research about that, because Hawaii is the only state in the nation that is rabies free. And they take that very seriously. So there is a quarantine process for all animals. Certain breeds are, we don't want to say, they are not allowed to be on this island, so you have to pay attention to that as well. But it can be costly as well, because in the quarantine you have to pay for that, and to ship an animal, depending on size and airlines, you can spend upwards to maybe $600 to $1,200. Now, if you're military, I do know that you can be reimbursed, but look into that. But there's an opportunity for you to get that money back. But just be mindful of the fact that you will have to pay a pretty penny just to ship your animals here.
Yep.
And there aren't any snakes, so don't think you can take your snake.
But always think about it. Shipping that pet compared to raising a child, that pet's always gonna be cheaper. So just think about the back of your mind.
So the bugs.
Oh man.
Yeah. We are sick and tired of killing flies.
Well, my legs got tore up last night cleaning my truck.
I know. The fly population is ridiculous. I'll be honest with you. We can't get rid of it. I've set up so many fly traps, and they just find a way to come in and make themselves feel at home, and we are sick and tired of seeing them all over the place. Roaches. We don't have the big juicy water bugs that you see in the mainland, but we have ones that fly. Because they just come and land on you. And then we have centipedes. So a lot of people are freaked out about that, myself included. We had 2 scares this year. We had 2 centipedes inside the home that we had to kill. So that is definitely something to be mindful of. And it's a real nuisance. It really is.
And what's scary about the centipedes is that if you have the small ones, a bite from a centipede could be very severe.
Excruciating.
And I've never experienced it. I just know people said it's been very painful. So I'm a little paranoid when it comes to that. So I get that, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a frontline defense little spray. And from time to time I'll go and I'll spray the perimeter of the house to try to minimize the amount of bugs that can enter the home.
Sorry if you all hear my little one in the background. Try our best to keep him busy. Okay, yeah, but that's really it about the bug population. It really is a nuisance. So this is something that I have a hard time dealing with. I didn't really think that I would feel the sensation coming back here again for the second time, but island fever is real. I don't know if Anthony experiences that type of sensation, but if you're unfamiliar with it, it's basically you don't care for the isolation. You know, kind of regret moving here. You miss your family, your friends. You can't travel as much as you would like to. And I don't know if you feel that way, because I do, big time.
Now I do. The first time I came to Hawaii back in 2003, after 3 years, yes, I was like, I'm over this place. I can't wait to leave. But I met one of my senior leaders or senior supervisors, and he exposed me to what's Hawaii famous for and known for, and that's really the outdoors. Meaning going scuba diving, surfing, hiking. I started doing those things, and the next thing you know, the island fever disappeared, and I didn't leave. I didn't leave until I met her, and
not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. My first year here, I was very disappointed. I was depressed a lot. I really didn't get out and do much because of that. And I did deploy for a year. And I will say this, after my deployment, I really appreciated the island. I did. It was definitely a different type of scenery, and it felt good to be home. However, the same sensation came back. And I would like to, let you guys know that one disappointing factor about being here is that you can't do road trips. Okay, you are limited to the variety of restaurants and stores here. I can't go to a Dollar Tree or Dollar General or go to Publix and get my favorite cake that I like to eat, or Panera Bread, and you know, the list goes on.
Or Sonic's, even though you see the commercials for it.
Yeah.
Or Olive Garden.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are building one, but yeah, we still don't have that. So there's a lot of things to think about, you know, in regards to moving here, because you will have to miss out on some of the things that you love. And for me, I really miss being back home with my family, and it's costly. You don't get to see your family a lot because it's very expensive to leave the island and it's very expensive to get here. And so a lot of people don't come as often as they would like, and they don't go.
Right, because just as much as it costs money to come to paradise, it costs money to leave paradise too.
Exactly.
And like I said, a lot of times some family members can't afford it, you know. And like I said, we have a big family trying to leave this island as a family. You're spending a couple thousand. So.
Oh yes, more than that. We are a family of 6, so it's very costly.
And I wouldn't say we have island fever too, because you know, getting a taste of the mainland recently before we came back in 2018, the restaurants, you know, like Chick-fil-A, Waffle House, like those things, I really, how you say, I didn't take advantage of it when I was there back before 2003. But I'll tell you this much, I can't wait to get back to those. I can't wait to get back to the super Walmarts and Walmarts like right down the street.
Yeah.
The ice cream shops and restaurants and stuff like that. And then also, like she said, the traveling. Like, we lived in Georgia, but we traveled up north as far as to Virginia, as south as Miami. And that was all just road trips, and it was fun compared to, you know, in Hawaii, we call them island trips.
Right.
So, which can take about, you know, if you go around the island, take about good 4 hours, but
Yeah.
you know, it's
not the same.
It's nothing new.
No, it's
when
not.
you go around.
Just to pick up on that, I won't stay on this subject too long, but we were trying to plan a recent trip to go on a cruise as a family, and I was trying to make it work. I got quotes for the airline tickets, and for all of us to fly out of here was $4,000. Okay, I'm just giving you a perspective, and to get on board the ship for all of us was about $5,000. I think we'll wait. So that way we can spend that extra $4,000 towards the trip, as opposed to paying just to get there and then just to go out to sea and not do anything. So that's just something to think about if you ever want to come and live here. And some people love it, but for us, I think we've seen and done enough that we are ready to move on to our next chapter, which is not here. So I'm going to touch on the school systems just a bit. I don't know too much information about it. I'm sorry that I don't, but off of my experience, the curriculum is very different here. I would say that they are pretty much a little bit behind when it comes to the mainland. I had some issues once we left here initially with my children, and they were very, very behind. And there are some things that they teach here that they don't teach on the mainland. So going over, you know, as a fresh start for the kids, it was very difficult for them. So that's just something to consider. A lot of people, I won't say a lot, majority of the people here, that's a lot, pretty much put their kids in private school if you can't afford it, because I think the education is a little bit better than what the public school system has to offer. Now, one thing that I dislike the most about the school system here is that we have to pay for the bus fare. An annual round trip ticket fare, that is, for one child is $270 annually. That's quite expensive. And for us, I mean, the school is nearby, but for other parents, you know, they may not be able to afford it. However, there are ways to get that reduced. If you get free or reduced lunch, you may not have to pay all, but maybe a portion of that bus fare. But that is something that I really don't care too much about when it comes to the buses for the kids.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, unfortunately, Hawaii ranks number 36 out of the 50 states for the best and worst school system. So just think about that. You know, a lot of people, they move to certain locations on the island just because of the schools nearby.
Yeah,
so.
And that's as of 2019. I don't know what it currently ranks, but they're nowhere high on the totem pole. So that's just something to consider. And last but not least,
the ugly.
The ugly.
Yes.
The cost of living here is
Roaches. It is.
Oh my gosh, it hurts. It hurts. The home median price here is 600,000 at least, you know, and you don't get a lot of house for that. I think that's 2,000 square feet, just to be exact. That's nothing.
That's pushing it.
Yeah,
that's pushing
you
it.
don't really get a lot of yardage. You know, your houses are sitting right next to each other, and a lot of people here actually save money by living together. That's how they survive. And I know one thing: a $600,000 home is a mini mansion in Georgia. Okay, you will get that 10-bedroom, 5-bathroom house, and that's just for example. So that's just something to consider. A lot of people come out here and they ask about, should I buy, or what is the rent like? I think rent here was $2,000-$3,000. We get BAH, so really that doesn't apply to us too much. So they take all of our BAH because we are in the military and
we live in housing. But if you live in a rental apartment out there, depending on if you're going from a studio and up to a home, it ranges from about 1,100 to up to 3,000, depending on how many bedrooms you need, and then if it's close to the beach as well.
Exactly. And we decided to live in housing because we would not be able to get a 5-bedroom house outside of the military installation, and I think there's really 4-bedroom housing. I mean, everywhere we look, you will rarely see a 5-bedroom house. And so for what we can accommodate for our family, this was our best option, to be honest with you.
Yes, within my BH. Yeah. Because we could have came out of pocket, but who wants to pay extra just to live in something because you're living outside of a military reservation or housing community.
Right.
So.
Right.
All right, so food. Food is expensive here. Way more expensive compared to the mainland when it comes to little things like milk, ice cream, especially if you want to eat on the healthier side. Oh man, this is a whole, like, you almost feel like you're balling if you can afford that food.
Yeah, fresh produce is
Whole Foods, right? Is it a store?
Yeah, Whole Foods,
Whole Foods, like, let's just put it this way. If I took my folks to Whole Foods and said go grocery shopping, they would come out with 2 items.
Right.
And I was probably 2 candy bars from the actual register because they look at everything else and say, I'm not paying that price.
Right.
So.
Matter of fact, Walmart, watermelon is by the pound. I used to be able to go buy it just the way it is, probably spend $5 or $6. So it's just very expensive because of imports, and that's just the price you have to pay living here. I've tried to budget for the family. My grocery bill a month, I will be completely honest with you, is around $300 to $400 for all of us. And we do
more than that.
Yeah, I was just being nice about that, but it's true. It's very expensive, and we have come to a point where it is what it is. And I do try to coupon a lot, so that's kind of hit or miss. It all depends on what month it is and what's on sale. So I usually try to bargain shop when it comes to groceries, but that's just something to think of when you think about the cost of living, because food is really in itself expensive as it is. The gas here is like, right now
is like, it's what well, because obviously fuel is a lot less because of what's going on in the world, but I think it was about
$3.40 at least.
No, I was down to $2.30 some cents.
But on a normal day, it's around $3 and some change.
$3.50 to $4.
Yeah. So.
And if you have diesel, good luck.
Shipping your car. So those who are considering to move here, think about that. For us, you know, that's free to us.
One vehicle though.
Yeah, one vehicle. Anything outside of that, we do have to pay extra. However, if you are in a military environment, you will have to pay out of pocket to get your vehicle shipped, and I think it's anywhere between $1,200 to $1,500. Your household goods have to be shipped here as well, which we don't have to pay for, but again, that's just something to think about. You know, most people just come here and start from scratch. They bring themselves and luggage and make it the best that they can.
Yeah, you take that leap. But like I said, everything, as long as you plan for it and you put money aside for it, it won't ruin you or put you in a bad place because you prepared for it and you got money set aside for it.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
And also to speak on the unemployment rate here is pretty high.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, like I said, it's paradise. You know, a lot of people come here with dreams and unfortunately don't make it, and unfortunately they end up becoming home. When they try to fly back home, they can afford it, or they become homeless. Because the homeless population here is
it's crucial. It's brutal. It's everywhere. Wherever you drive, you would normally see a homeless camp. You will, and it's very unsightly, if you will, and it's very sad to say the least, to see a lot of people struggling to live here. In order to survive, and this is just something that I looked into, you would have to make an annual salary of $170,000. I don't recall what the minimum wage is, but I think it's probably 14 or 15 to be exact. But it's hard, and a lot of people don't make it, you know, especially with what's going on right now, COVID-19. There are a lot of people that are unemployed and barely trying to survive. This rent has to be paid, bills have to be paid, and people are just barely hanging on. So if that's what you want to jump into, go right on ahead, but that's not for us.
Right.
That's not for us at all.
Most people work at least 2 to 3 jobs.
Oh yeah,
you know,
just to make ends meet.
Just to make it, yes.
Yeah, they do. I have a friend. She was working 2 jobs, and she's from New York, and she actually decided to move here. And now she's rethinking her thought process about that because she, at this point, thinks that it was a bad decision. But again, you know, these are just our opinions and our views about all of that. You go on about your way as you will, as you see fit. But we do love being here, just to say that we've been here and we're trying to take advantage of everything that's available to us. We do have a bucket list, and we're trying to check off those boxes that, you know, that the opportunity comes, you know, to fruition. So it's just something to get used to. A lot of people love it here. Some people hate it here. And I'll be honest with you, we have seen enough. We're ready to move on. But we just wanted to give you all a little bit about what we feel and what we think Hawaii is to us, and hopefully when we share this information to you guys, it'll make you think a little bit about the life choices that you make. I would definitely say Hawaii is not a place to live, it's a place to visit.
Yes, 100%. You know, and I think that's where we kind of, I can say ruined it, because I have other reasons why I came back. But like I said, if the places you enjoy vacationing, let them stay vacation places. Unless, you know, some people are like retirees and it's just them, husband and wife, and they come back to their paradise place. But for us, you know, from now on, we're just gonna keep vacation places, and other places to live.
Yeah, that's true. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I think we shared all that we could about this perception about Hawaii. And if there's more information that you would like to know from us, feel free, leave a comment. I will reply back to you directly. You know, I have a lot of insight and I just couldn't share it all in one video, so I really hope you all appreciate it. So if you did, give it a thumbs up, okay? Subscribe if you want to be a part of the family. And we will see you guys in the next video. So until then, see you all later. Bye.
Peace.